So this is what our fireplace mantle looks like for the regular seasons, but I'd like to switch it over to Halloween. So I have a fun little project I want to do. What I'd actually like to do is make this pumpkin into a cute little mantle clock. And I've purchased this little clock face, so you can just put batteries in the back and then it's a functioning clock. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a scrap piece of paper and then trace the edge of the small circle. So I'm just going to kind of press this piece of paper on top of the clock face, not too hard, so that I get a nice perfect outline. The hole that we carve into the pumpkin, we want to be just a hair bigger than this, but not too much, because like I said, you don't want the clock face to push into the pumpkin completely. So I'm actually gonna grab a piece of tape. So I kind of like it right here. I think this will be kind of a nice spot for the clock. So then what I'm going to do is use a marker and just kind of add a dotted line around this circle so I know where to cut. Okay, so I have my little kind of outline, so you can kind of see where the clock is planned to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is just carve out that circle. So I'm not exactly sure what the right or the perfect tool is to use for this, and actually I'm going to just have that towel down to keep it kind of from moving around on me, and we'll see how. Okay, so this foam is fairly soft. Now for this step, be incredibly careful because knives are sharp and it's never fun to cut yourself. So I am just gonna do this very carefully and just kind of take my time following the circle, making sure I have complete control over the pumpkin and the knife. Yeah, so the clock face fits. So here we have our cute little orange pumpkin, but I'd actually like to give it more of an antique-y feel because I'm going to use this kind of on our antique style mantle. So what I have is kind of a bronze colored paint, and this will probably take a few coats, which is okay. So I'm just gonna let this coat dry and add another. So we have the 2 coats of bronze dried. So the next step is gonna be to add some gold. So I'm gonna keep my brush going the same direction and just kind of run up and over. This enhances the texture and adds in a little bit more of the gold coloring. So as you can see, we went around the entire pumpkin and have added some gold just to bring out the texture. So now we're just going to let that dry. And I am going to just brush a little bit of this gold color around the edge of the clock just to tie in the gold a little bit more with the pumpkin and give it a rustic kind of texture. So I just placed the clock face into the pumpkin and it already has the battery in it, so now it is ready to decorate with.